Hi there, students. A curate's egg. Okay, this is an idiom. Let's see, a curate is a priest, a vicar, a local priest. And the phrase a curate's egg talks about something that has good and bad parts, probably mostly bad parts. Now, this actually comes from a cartoon published in Punch in 1895. I think it probably comes from an earlier story, where there is a curate who is having breakfast with the bishop. The bishop is the big important person, and the curate is the lowly priest. And the bishop says to the curate, "It looks like you've got a bad egg. That the egg that they've given you is not good." And the curate, out of politeness, says that, well, the egg, I assure you, parts of it are quite excellent. So he's trying to be polite and saying, well, parts of the egg are okay, and out of politeness, he doesn't want to change it. Now, nowadays, this phrase, the curate's egg, it's talking about something that has a mixture of bad and good qualities, but normally with more bad qualities than good qualities. So, for example, the film that I went to see was A Curate's Egg. It had one or two good bits, but mostly I didn't like it. Or maybe the performance of the government was like the proverbial curate's egg. Most of it was bad, but some bits were okay. It was good in parts. The team's performance was a curate's egg. Yeah, so they performed very well at some moments, but generally it was a really bad performance. The novel, this book I read, it was really rather a curate's egg. Yes, it's got some good bits, but mostly it's rubbish. It's not very good. So a bit of a curate's egg. Yeah, the book is something of a curate's egg. Okay, so the results are a curate's egg. Some bits are good, but mostly it's bad. Yeah, it's something that's a mixed blessing, something that has both good and bad parts. As I said, there's this timid curate who's been served a bad egg at the breakfast with the bishop, and the bishop noticed and said, "Let's change your egg," and the curate says, no, parts of this egg are quite excellent. Yeah, but really no. Okay, so it's referring to something that it is both good and bad. I think maybe it's a little bit old-fashioned, but I think you can still use it. Notice I don't think the Americans will understand this. Yeah, I think this is something for the Brits. Formality. It's a good question. I think I'm going to give it a. I think I'm going to give it a 6 in formality, maybe a 5.5. Let's see. I think you could use it just about anywhere. I think it's more on the formal side, but I wouldn't use it in something very, very formal. Okay, so a curate's egg, a thing that has good and bad parts, but overall it's spoiled by the bad parts. And I'm sure you can think of all sorts of things that a curate's egg. Yeah, I've got a ton of videos in the channel, and really the videos are a curate egg. There's some that are pretty good, and some that, well, I'm not totally happy with. They may not be great. The holiday we had was a bit of a curate's egg. A few days of sunshine, and then it rained and rained and rained. Life is always a bit of a curate's egg because you're going to have good and bad days. How was your date with Susan? Well, it was a bit of a curate's egg, but I'm going to go out with her again. Okay, so yeah, the team's performance was a curate's egg. Yeah, the book was a bit of a curate's egg. The dialogue is sometimes funny, but generally it's a curate's egg. So, curate's egg.